What's new, Poke Crew? It is U-Turn Crowbat here, and you are watching U-Turn Central. And before we get started, please make sure you RCS, rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you go into my description. Make sure you click on those links for the Pokemon groups. Make sure you should Poke Town some U-Turn love. That would be awesome. Now, let's get right into it, because I am bringing you another Wi-Fi battle against Elijah this time. And he is bringing some pokes that I have never really faced before, or I have rarely faced. But I am bringing my Arcanine Noivern and my Honchkrow, Alakazam, Tangrowth, and my Blissey. So let's get right into it and kind of like see what this battle is going to bring, because he is bringing in a few interesting Pokemon. The Dugtrio and Golbat, I have never really faced before, and that's something to be said, because now that I am facing them, it's just going to be an interesting battle to say the least. So he ends up going out to his Dugtrio, and I didn't really care who he decided to bring in, because I was going to go out into my Arcanine and just get the Intimidate off. Now he does not want to get hit with a Flare Blitz at all, so he withdraws and goes out into his Rippo. He ends up going out into his Darmanitan, and I was just gonna try and protect, because I thought the Dugtrio was going to use Dig. I didn't really know what moves it was going to know, so that protect was meant for a possible Dig from the Dugtrio, but it did not really work out, because he ends up U-turning with his Darmanitan and ends up going out into his Blastoise. Now, I don't really care that the Blastoise is going to be resisted to my Flare Blitz, because it does a somewhat decent amount where I can just take him down more with some of my other Pokemon, and that's going to be awesome. So he ends up Mega Evolving into his Mega Blastoise. Look at those cannons. He's ready to take me out. He is ready to take me out. But I do use the Protect, because I want to try and see what moves he is going to try and destroy me with. So I use the Flare Blitz, because I know I'm going to go down, but I want to try and get some more damage off on the Blastoise, and I get him to about maybe half, not less than half, but half. And that's fine, because now I can just take him out with either my Alakazam or my Honchkrow. So he ends up destroying my Arcanine, which is, it sucks, but it's fine, because I have some more Pokemon that I can just try and work with, you know? So he ends up switching out, probably predicting the Sucker Punch. Now, he predicted right, because he went out into his Golbat, and I did try for two Sucker Punches, and they did not land, because he was not really attacking me, but he ends up getting the Toxic off on my Honchkrow, my Big Vito. Man, Big Vito does not like Toxic. He does not. So I switched out, because I do not want him getting hurt anymore from that, from the poison. So I switch out to my Blissey, because if he wants to try and predict that I'm going to switch out and use another Toxic, then Blissey would be the best Pokemon to get that Toxic on, because I am a natural cure. So that poison isn't going to really hurt me if I switch out, so it's not going to hurt me at all. But I don't know why I used the Toxic. That was an obvious misclick, because it's not going to do anything. But at this point, the Blissey is not going to do anything to the Golbat, so I need to switch out. And I end up switching out into my Alakazam, because I can try and get some more damage off, or get some damage off on the Golbat with a possible Signal Beam, or with what was the other move? That grass move. Oh man, what was it? Oh man, I forgot. I have no idea what that grass move is. Wow. Signal Beam and something else, but I was gonna try and use that on the Golbat, but he does switch out into his Chansey, so now my moves are not gonna do anything to the Chansey. I was gonna try and use a Psychic on the Golbat, but it does not do anything to this Chansey, which just sucks completely, because at this point, if he leaves his Chansey in, my Alakazam is not going to do anything, but I am going to try and take the Seismic Toss right here, which, I am really frail, so I'm not going to take that all that well, but I end up using the Signal Beam just to try and confuse the Chansey. I know it's not going to do any damage at all, so that's perfectly fine, because my plan is just to try and confuse him. And it does work out in my favor, but the problem is, every time I get confused, I get hurt. Every time my opponent gets confused, he does not get hurt. Like, what the, I did not want to swear, but what the hell is going on, But I end up using the Recover, because I want to try and stay in as long as possible. I want to try and use my Alakazam more, you know, because I might need him later. But he ends up using another Seismic Toss on my Alakazam, and at this point, I don't want to just stay in, recover, you know, all that crud. So I switch out because I know he's going to use another Seismic Toss, and I go into a Pokemon where I think he will take it pretty well, but he is confused, and as you can see, he does not get hurt from the confusion at all. So it's just rather unfortunate that he does not get hurt. But I switch on my Tangrowth nonetheless, just to get that Toxic, because I know that the Toxic is not going to do tons of damage to me. I mean, I know it's going to do quite a bit once I stay in more, but he ends up going out into his Mrs. Paul, his Roselia, predicting the Leech Seed, and he does predict really, really well because it does not do anything to him. Mrs. Paul, you're just a Mrs. Beast because you're not going to take any of my attacks, so you're just going to eat most of them up. So she ends up using the Sludge Bomb. The Mrs. Paul ends up using the Sludge Bomb on my Tangrowth, taking me out right there. So that does suck. It is really, really unfortunate that my Tangrowth went down early on, but you know, I have to move on because I can't really dwell on that. So he switches out when I go out into my Noivern because he's predicting probably an Air Slash or a Flamethrower. So he ends up going out into the Dugtrio, the 3 Hoovers, which is an amazing nickname for that. But I end up using the Dragon Pulse, and I bring him down to a Sash, but I end up taking the Dugtrio out right here with another Dragon Pulse. Now, that was an amazing switch on his part, predicting, like I said, possibly the Air Slash or the Flamethrower, most likely the Flamethrower, because Dugtrio is resistant to fire, so that would have been awesome for him if I had used the Flamethrower, but I did not because I predicted that he was going to switch out into someone who would take a fire move. So I ended up using the Dragon Pulse on the Blastoise because, one, I just want to get more damage off, and I am shocked as hell that he did not go down to that Dragon Pulse. And I am shocked that he did not use a Dragon Pulse of his own to take my Noivern down. He ended up using the Dark Pulse, which is fine, but I'm shocked he does not use it. He does not use the Dragon Pulse because he would have taken down my Noivern. Now, he ends up going on into Mrs. Paul, and I do use my Dragon Pulse again because I am locked into it. Now, she does not, I was going to say he, but she does not, you know, she eats that up. She's an amazing Pokemon, and I will congratulate her on that because she's a champ for taking that Dragon Pulse. So she ends up taking out my Noivern with the Sludge Bomb, which, you know, it sucks, but I've got to move on. That was a great play on his part, slash her part, Mrs. Paul. So I end up going on to my Alakazam, and I do end up getting the Psychic off on the Roselia, taking her out, because she is a problem for me at this point, and I needed to try and do something to take her out, and I'm glad that I did that. So he ends up going out into his Riffo, his Darmanitan. Now, I know what moves this Pokemon knows, but I do outspeed nonetheless, and I do end up getting the Psychic off, and just barely taking the Darmanitan out, where he can just take me out right now, because he's living with about, what, 2 HP? So, with that being said, I was rather annoyed that he did not take me, I did not take him out, but while he takes me out, he takes himself out from the Flare Blitz Recoil, which is awesome because now I don't have to put up with the Darmanitan anymore. So I end up going onto him Blissey, and he goes out into his Chansey, which a wall against a wall, you know, wall versus a wall. It's gonna suck for the both of us, but we've got to do it. So I end up poisoning the Chansey, and he ends up poisoning me, which is fine because I am Natural Cure, like I said. Now, the thing was, I'm almost positive he is Natural Cure, so it's not like our attacks for each other aren't gonna do anything. So, but the thing is, he knows soft boiled. But I end up trying to get the Seismic Tops on the Chansey just to get some more damage to it, you know? So, like I stated, he doesn't know soft boiled, but I do know the Wish, which is, it's awesome because, well, it's not really awesome for me because he does get all HP back and it just sucks my brains out. So, I am getting hurt pretty badly from the poison, so I've got to think of something that I need to do, you know? I've got to try and, save my Blissey is what my mindset was. So he ends up going out into his Golbat, and I do use the Wish because I want to try and get my HP back, but it's not going to do anything to me because I am hurt from the poison, and I do use the Protect because, Well, one, if I was gonna go down, I was gonna go down on my terms from the poison. And two, if I was lucky enough, I would get the wish. I was gonna get that wish recovery, you know, and I do right here, which is great for me because I did predict that pretty well. But I do get hurt from the poison, which is just ruining my day. Luckily for me, I do avoid the Super Fang, and I do hit another Seismic Toss on the Golbat. Now, he does no roost, so that was a really, really, really worrisome move because I wanted to take the, I did want to take the Golbat out as fast as I could. Now, he does not take me out with the Super Fang, but I end up going down to the Toxic here pretty soon after I end up using this Seismic Toss on the Golbat. I wanted to try and get some more damage off on this bat as much as I could because this bat is a pretty powerful Pokemon, pretty annoying Pokemon when you're going up against it because he will ruin your day. So I switch out into my Honchkrow, my Big Vito, and I end up using the Brave Bird because I don't want to use a Sucker Punch and have him, I don't know, using like a Swords Dance, and then I won't be able to use a Sucker Punch. So I end up using the safe Brave Bird because I want to try and take him out, and I did, which is awesome. I do get the Moxie boost, and I don't get much recoil damage from the Brave Bird because, well, Golbat wasn't really, he did not have a full bar of health. So I'm not gonna get hurt from all that recoil. So he ends up going out to his Chansey, and I know that I can outspeed, but he ends up using the Protect, which is great, because he was just gonna try and, have me go down to the Toxic. He was just gonna try and stall me out, and that was great, but he cannot use 2 Protects in a row. So I end up using my superpower, and I end up taking the Chansey out right here, because, well, 1, I am Life Orb, and 2, I got that Moxie boost, which is just awesome. But this was a rather interesting battle because he did bring some Pokemon that I have never faced up. I have never ever went up against the Golbat and the Dugtrio. Now, I figured that the Dugtrio knew Arena Trap, so that's why I went into my Noivern. Because I figured that I was just gonna take out the Dugtrio, and I did, which was awesome. So I am hoping I go up against more Dugtrios in the future because I want to see what they can do, you know? I want to see what moves they know, just so I can be aware. And the Golbat was a really interesting Pokemon that I have never faced up against. I've never gone up against. I've gone up against, you know, Crobats, but never a Golbat. So I want to know what moves it knows. It knows what Toxic, Super Fang, and a couple other moves that I am unaware of at this point. So I'm hoping I go up against more Golbats. Many of you are probably going to say, no, you do not want to go up against Golbats. But I do. I really do. Because I want to see what they know. And I am the type of battler where I'll take on any challenge, you know? So I do want to go up against Golbats. I do want to go up against Golbats. So I hope you enjoy this battle, because I am bringing more Wi-Fi battles to you each and every day. I do try and take the weekends off, but I will try and bring more Wi-Fi battles to you each and every day. I really hope you guys are assisting me. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I want you guys to go into my description. Make sure you show all those Pokemon groups you turn love. That would be awesome. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace. Sack him off, because I mean there are plenty of you who are probably gonna say you didn't have to do that, but I did because I needed to switch out.